Hello everyone. Sorry, I'm just going to adjust the camera real quick here. Welcome to a card opening video, pack opening video, and today I got three commander decks that I'm going to open up today. So we got the Crimson Vow Spirit Squadron Azorius deck, and then we got both the Kamigawa Neon Dynasty sets, commander decks. We got the Azorius Buckle Up Vehicles deck, and then we got the Gruul Upgrades Unleashed, the modified deck, which I'm really excited to open. So, yeah, without further ado, we'll just get right on into this. And we're going to start with Crimson Vow, because that was an older set. And I accidentally already kind of started, and I was like, oh wait, what am I doing? I was so excited to open these. If you oh my goodness, if you remember, if you know, I have like a deck. Oh my goodness, this is just an atrocity to watch. Don't watch this part. Ugh. Beautiful. If you guys know, I did a video with James where we did a deck tech of the Midnight Hunt commander deck, the zombie one with Wilhelt as the commander. And that's going to be on a different playlist than this, because this is going to be on the Great Openings playlist with all my other pack and card openings. Deck box. But the reason for that is because this deck, as is going to be modified and changed to like be a full Azorius Spirits deck. And so there are other commanders that I'm going to get and other cards that I'm going to trade in and trade out with. So when the deck is completely modified to its fullest, then I will make the deck tech for it, the full deck tech. But for today, we're just going to do just a quick rundown of what the decks are, who the head singers are, and you know, the basic strategy. A lot of this is stuff people already know. The Kamigawa decks just came out, but the Crimson Vow decks have been out for at least a month or two. So, yeah. So our lead singer for this deck is Millicent Restless Revenant, a 7 mana, 5 white and blue. Legendary Spirit Soldier. This spell costs 1 colorless less to cast for each spirit you control. Really nice. It's a 4/4. It has flying. And whenever Millicent Restless Revenant or another non-token spirit you control dies or deals combat damage to a player, that's really cool, create a 1/1 white spirit creature token with flying. Super cool spirit engine with this. So I can't wait to expound upon that. This is one of the cards I'm going to be taking out, as I'm going to go into more detail in my deck tech videos. One of the deck building restrictions that I'm kind of doing for myself personally with my collection is any commander cards that can be your commander, I'm only going to keep in decks that it could be the head singer for. So this card will be taken out because it is a mono blue card, but it will be getting moved into a flying deck. Let me pull this up real quick. I have my computer, so I can just tell you. I'm going to be building a mono blue Donal, Herald of Wings. Yes. Do I not have him on my list yet? I have like a spreadsheet of all the decks I'm going to build and who the commanders are for each of them. I don't know if I have him on here yet, which is ridiculous. I don't know why I wouldn't have him, so I will be adding him on there. Let's see, let's read him real quick. So 4 mana, 2 blue, legendary human wizard. He's a 3/3. Whenever you cast a non-legendary creature spell with flying, you may copy it, except the copy is a 1/1 spirit in addition to its other types. Do this only once each turn. And the copy becomes a token. So this is probably going to be some kind of flying synergy deck. I don't really have that right now, but I do have like a spirit deck in mono blue, and a lot of those do. Oh, I do have him there. I do have him. He's going to be in a spirit deck with a lot of focus on flying, because all the spirit commanders I have for that deck, for the most part, have flying. So yeah, so that's where we will be seeing him again. We got some removal, more removal. Ghostly Prison, Swords to Plowshares, Arcane Denial, Distant Melody, great draw. So for the most part, this is looking like, oh, here is a great card. Drog Skull Captain, 1 white blue, Spirit Soldier 2/2 with flying. Other spirit creatures you control get +1/+1 and have hexproof. Really good card. The biggest thing with these decks is I'm getting a lot of staples. The Marble Diamond, the Sky Diamond, the Soul Ring. I'm getting a lot of Commander staples, which is really nice. Here's the other legendaries. So we have Rhoda, Geist Avenger. And this is a 3 and a white human soldier 3/3 with vigilance. Whenever a creature an opponent controls becomes tapped, if it isn't being declared as an attacker, put a +1/+1 counter on Rhoda, Geist Avenger. This card has partner with Timon, Youthful Geist. So Timon, Youthful Geist, it has partner with Rhoda, Geist Avenger, is a legendary spirit, 4 and a blue. It is a 3/4 flyer, and at the beginning of each combat, tap up to 1 target creature. Now, in this case, as far as my deck building goes, these two have a specific partnership with each other, so these two will always be kept together. So these will be an Azorius deck. I don't remember which one I'm doing for this. Azorius. We got Rhoda and Timon. Rhoda and Timon. Rhoda and Timon. Could be... let's see. So I am going to be doing an untap, tap theme deck with this. I'm going to try and just do some fun stuff where I'm tapping everyone's board and my board. I did this with a mono blue Aboshan Cephalid Emperor deck, which I will show you guys in the very near future, because that deck is really fun and really cool. But that deck taps everything on the board, or everything that it can on the board, and I get cool shenanigans. That one's a mono blue. So this one I'll be able to do the same kind of fun stuff, but now with white. And there's some fun stuff with white where I can destroy tapped creatures, which means I can use shenanigans to tap my opponent's board down, and then destroy all those creatures, which will be really fun. So yeah, so these are, I believe this is all the commanders from this deck. Let me see. I'm just going to quickly go through here. And there are other videos. I highly recommend you go find, oh wow, Breath of the Sleepless. You may cast spirit spells as though they had flash. Whenever you cast a creature spell during an opponent's turn, tap up to 1. That's so cool. There are plenty of other videos out there that do a more in-depth of the precons. So definitely go check all those out, and really get a lot of fun insight there. However, there we go. Oyobi, who split the heavens. Whenever you cast a spirit or arcane spell, create a 3/3 white spirit creature token with flying. So a mono white spirit deck. Really cool cards. Imprisoned in the Moon. I have a really cool video that will be coming out soon relating to that card. Kami of the Crescent Moon. Hello, bad guy from the original Kamigawa block. I think I have another one of him, so I might be putting that one up for sale. Ooh, Dovin, Grand Arbiter, and I love Verity Circle. Geist of St. Traft. Wow, there's so many commanders in this deck. Geist of St. Traft. This is going in a draw go deck. Geist of St. Traft. What are you going on? Are you going in a Voltron deck? No. Are you going in a Spirit deck? Graveyard Spirit. Geist of St. Traft. Yep, he's going in a Spirit deck. So, boom. Already got him. And then a bunch of mana, which is very important. Mana base is so important. So, anyway, so this deck is going to be mostly a Spirit Engine. You're going to be generating a lot of flyers, an army of 1/1 spirits, and then send them all at your opponent's face and deal a ton of damage. But that's this deck in a nutshell. So I'm going to put everything back in the box, and we're just going to move right on into deck number 2. So we can get a move on with these other deck openings. I'm going to check on time. Oh, we're doing great. We're doing great. So next we're going to stick with the Azorius. We're going to go into the Buckle Up. The Buckle Up from Neon Dynasty Kamigawa. I'm going to open this off camera so you don't have to watch the horror. The inhumanity. Oh my goodness. There we go. I got it. Don't worry, kids. All is well. All is well. Yeah. Alright. And move this stuff over here. Set this over there. Now, the lead singer of this deck is Kotori Pilot Prodigy. Really cool card. I cannot wait to modify this deck. It is going to be so much fun. There's already so many good cards in this deck because of its archetype. But this is going to be so great. I would love when I get to the point where I can like record gameplay of me and the group playing cards. I would love to do a vehicles versus vehicles deck, like Kotori and Depala and the Orzhov Rat, who can like reanimate vehicles. And I'm trying to think of a fourth one. Let me know in the comments down below who you would choose as your fourth vehicle commander, whoever that may be, because I'd love to hear who that would be. But I think it'd be cool to do like different color combinations, you know. But let me know. So anyway, let's get right on to this. So Kotori Pilot Prodigy is 1 white and a blue. It is a 2/4 Moonfolk Pilot. Vehicles you control have crew 2, which is so cool because now Kotori can pilot any of the vehicles you play, even if they have a high crew cost, which is so nice. But the same goes for any creature you have. And at the beginning of combat on your turn, target artifact creature you control gains lifelink and vigilance until end of turn. Really cool card. The other lead singer for this deck is Shorikai Genesis Engine. 2 white and a blue. It's an 8/8 vehicle. And this has the wonderful text, Shorikai Genesis Engine can be your commander. So it's similar to the Planeswalkers that can be your commander. So, for 1 mana, tap, draw 2 cards, then discard a card. Create a 1/1 colorless pilot creature token with this creature crews vehicles as though its power were 2 greater. And then it has a crew cost of 8, which seems like a lot, but each one of these 1/1 tokens can crew as if they had can crew a vehicle as if they had 2 more power, which essentially makes them 3/1s in that regard, as long as they're crewing with that ability. So it really only takes 3 of these pilots to crew Shorikai, which is so cool. I love that. So, I mean, there's not really much else to say. It's such a cool engine. But for the most deck, this brings us a lot of new vehicles, especially in white and in blue. Obviously, there's some black ones that came out as well to like support the Orzhov vehicles deck that you can build. And there are a lot of sweet ones. They brought some Really cool reprints. So give all our vehicles flying. Some more removal. Oh, generous gift. That's a great removal. Ethereum Sculptor. There's so many good cards. We're gonna skip on down to the commanders. Wrath Compassion, Ship's Mage. I don't remember if I have him already. 2 white and a blue is a 3/3 human wizard with flash and flying, and you may cast historic spells as though they had flash. Now, I was really undecided until this set, until this deck specifically, but until this set came out. Because I was really torn between using Wrath Compassion as a artifact, like a vehicles commander, or as a Super Friends Planeswalker commander, because historic applies to anything that's an artifact, legendary, or a saga. So he can cast artifacts, sagas, and any legendary card as if it were as if it had flash. So still a little on the fence if I should keep Wrath in this deck or if I should put Wrath in a Super Friends deck, but really great card nonetheless. So I can't wait to play with him. Hey, Colossal Plow, great card. Some mirrors. Drum Bellower, really good card. Oh my goodness. Oh, and Iron Soul Enforcer. This will be a card that I am going to take out for right now. I'll probably put it back in as well, but I am working on some Samurai decks as well. And so obviously this is the only place I can get this card is from this deck. Or I just buy it as a single from this set. So really cool stuff. Let's jump on down. There's a amazing, again, go look up more in-depth deck techs and deck reviews of these decks that I'm going through. There are some really great content out there. So, Katsumasa the Animator. 2 blue, Moonfolk Artificer. It's a 3/3 with flying. For 3 mana, and that's it. You could do this multiple times. Until end of turn, target non-creature artifact you control becomes an artifact creature. It gains flying. If it's not a vehicle, it has a base power and toughness of 1/1 until end of turn. And at the beginning, and this is a static ability, at the beginning of your upkeep, put a 1/1, a +1/+1 counter on each of up to 3 target non-creature artifacts. So this is great. It can boost your artifacts and then make them massive hitters. Really great card. And it is going in a mono blue artifact deck. Research Thief. Let's jump on down. Parhelion 2, SRAM Senior Edificer. I have multiple SRAMs. And I have a Tashar as well. I don't have an Emry yet. I'll read through these real quick. So SRAM Senior Edificer, 1 and a white, Dwarf Advisor, 2/2. Whenever you cast an aura, equipment, or vehicle spell, draw a card. Amazing. Tashar, Ancestor's Apostle, 3 and a white, 2/2 flying bird cleric. Whenever you cast a historic spell, that could be an artifact for this deck. Whenever you cast a historic spell, return target creature card with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. Amazing. Emry, Lurker of the Loch, is a 2 and a blue, 1/2 Merfolk Wizard. This spell costs 1 less to cast for each artifact you control. When Emry, Lurker of the Loch, enters the battlefield, mill 4 cards. And then as a tap ability, choose target artifact card in your graveyard. You may cast it this turn. Super good. Jace, Architect of Thought. Oh my goodness. Sai, Master Thopterist. 2 and a blue, Human Artificer, 1/4. Whenever you cast an artifact spell, create a 1/1 colorless Thopter artifact creature token with flying. 1 and a blue, sacrifice 2 artifacts, draw a card. So good. So good. Oh my goodness. Hannah, Ship's Navigator, 1 blue and a white, Human Artificer, 1/2 for her casting costs, pretty much. And then tapping, return target artifact or enchantment card from your graveyard to your hand. So good. And then this deck is just crammed full of amazing vehicles. The Weatherlight is in here. Sky Sovereign, the Parhelion 2 is in here. Amazing deck. So amazing. There's really only a few cards I'm going to change in this deck because it's so good. And I'm going to add a couple of extra commanders. Really, it's either am I going to keep Wrath Compassion and I am going to be adding Tameshi from the actual set. All right, let's get into the last one. Oh, I forgot the commanders. I'm rushing. Yoop, yoop. Such good cards. Such a cool deck. I cannot wait to play with them. They're so cool. Alright. Last but certainly not least is our Gruul deck. The modified deck. We have got... Oh my goodness. Ugh. We have got the Upgrades Unleashed deck. It's Gruul, and I am so excited. So excited. Alright. This deck... This deck is being led by Chishiro, the Shattered Blade. This is 2 mana, red and a green. On top of that, it is a 4/4 Snake Samurai. Whenever an aura or equipment enters the battlefield under your control, create a 2/2 red spirit creature token with menace. At the beginning of your end step, put a +1/+1 counter on each modified creature you control. So it just makes your modified creatures even more modified. Insane. Such a cool deck. I can't wait to play it. Kaima, the Fractured Calm. 2 red and a green for a 3/3 spirit. I think they could have gotten away with a Spirit Boar, honestly, but whatevs. At the beginning of your end step, goad each creature your opponents control that's enchanted by an aura you control. Put a +1/+1 counter on Kaima, the Fractured Calm. Really cool ability. Forcing your opponents to fight each other for the enchantments that you put on them. And there's a really cool deck that you could build with just Kaima, and you use not so great enchantments to like get the upper hand in that fight. But for right now, I believe he's staying in this deck. All right. Let's get right on down to the next commander. We're just gonna skip all these cards. I'm gonna do a more in-depth video later. Grumgully the Generous. Each other non-human creature you control enters the battlefield with an additional +1/+1 counter on it. Amazing. Whoa! Mage Slayer. I have always wanted this card. Mage Slayer is so cool. Whenever equipped creature attacks, it deals damage equal to its power to the player or planeswalker it's attacking. So cool. My goodness. I saw a Fire Shrieker in there. That's a great card. Some more samurai stuff. That's fun. Love to see it. Okay, Kosai. Penitent Warlord. It's 1 green and a green for an Ogre Samurai. That's a 0/5. As long as Kosai Penitent Warlord is enchanted, equipped, and has a counter on it. So it has to have all 3 of those. Kosai has, whenever Kosai Penitent Warlord deals combat damage to an opponent, you draw that many cards, and Kosai deals that much damage to each other opponent. Insane. Cannot wait to play with it. Such good cards. I love this set. This set has been so great. Krenko Tin Street Kingpin. Great card. Oh my goodness. Everything I'm looking at in this deck is just mind-blowing. Rishkar. Pima Renegade. When it enters the battlefield, put a +1/+1 counter on each of up to 2 target creatures. Each creature you control the counter on it has tap, add a green. So good. Rishkar's Expertise. Shamanic Revelation. Holy cow. What is going on? Ulas the Hate Seed. Wow. Enters the battlefield with a +1/+1 counter on it for each other red creature you control, and a +1/+1 counter on it for each other green creature you control, and then you can remove the counters to deal damage or create Saproling tokens. Insane. Black Blade Reforged. Living Weapons. Oh my goodness. That's so cool. And amazing tokens, and then here's obviously the cardboard card as well. Each commander deck comes with one. Oh my goodness, this is insane. Such good stuff. Such good decks. I cannot wait to play with these. These are all so cool. All so cool. And look at the spin down for life. Look at that. That is gorgeous. I love that. That's so beautiful. Oh man. Okay, so as I said earlier, these decks I obviously did not go in depth for because I am going to be modifying them. Get it? Modifying them with some older commander cards, some older commanders, and so on and so forth. So when I get done with that, I will come back to each of these and then do a more in-depth talk about the draw mechanics in there, the staples of the decks, or of the color scheme, so on and so forth. The strategies, how they win the alt-win conditions, some of the cool synergies, combos, and maybe infinite combos. I try to avoid infinite combos, but I do love synergies and I do love combos. Yeah, so stay tuned for that. Hit the bell to get notified. Get a little ring when I post a video there. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!